Hey, good people, this is Arthur Toole, co-founder of Grenada Nut Company and co-creator of Meg Relief. So today what I want to give you are the 5 worst foods to eat if you are an arthritis sufferer. Like if you have joint pain, chronic joint pain. These are things that, like I'm gonna be real, they taste really good. Like you can find them in all the things that we eat on a daily basis, but some of the content, because of the content that's in that, you gotta really push from it. So I'm gonna give you these, right? And these things I just want you to be aware of. Now, as always, before you do anything, check with your medical professional, like your doctor, whoever it is that you go to for sound medical advice, But these are some of the things that I just want to do to bring to your awareness so that you kind of know you're armed with some better questions. All right, you ready? All right, let's go. All right, the first that you got to push back from when you're sitting at the kitchen table, dining room table, or the restaurant is fried foods. Like I know this one right here probably isn't that surprising to some of you guys, but the truth is the fried food is just not your friend, right? Fried chicken, fried whatever, right? And the reason is there was a study done by, I think it's Mount Sinai School of Medicine, that by reducing the amount of fried and processed food that you can reduce inflammation. We have a blog on this on our website, so check it out for more details. So as much as you can, as good as it is to our belly, fried foods and processed foods just aren't our friends, all right? So consider that next time when you're choosing that next place you want to eat, okay? All right, let's get to number 4. So number 4, so this is another one that's gonna hurt. Candies, food high in sugar, food that's made with white flour, things like that, has potential to cause inflammation, right? So you're gonna need to consider that and push back on those also, right? What I would like for you to do is keep a journal of all the things that you're taking and you're eating, and then also, give that to your doctor to help them track and see the progress. So like for me, I always take my blood pressure in the morning and in the evenings, and I do other things just to kind of monitor how what I eat affects me. And what I learned is that sugar wreaks the most havoc on my internal organs, right? So I had to push back on that. And so what we have found, and in certain studies out there, and you can Google those, is that candies, food that's made with white flour and other processed foods can increase your inflammation. So you're gonna wanna push back on that too. Sorry, I know I love my Hershey's, my Nestle Crunches, and just as much as anybody else, my Cokes, but if you're suffering from chronic pain or arthritis pain, it's just some of the things you have to do to get, potentially less pain, all right? All right, let's go to number 3. All right, for number 3, MSG. Now this is kind of an additive that you find in like soy sauce and fast food stuff that they put in there that you would never know, okay? And so you need to be able to check the ingredients on the back and you'll be able to see. But this thing, some studies have shown that it can increase inflammation. So what I want you to do is check. Now here's the thing. This isn't readily noticeable. It's not like you can go to McDonald's and then get a list of ingredients, but it's still just as potentially dangerous as the things I mentioned before. So what I want you to do is check out the blog and it'll list it out in more detail, but MSG is not a friend of those who are arthritis sufferers. I'm sorry to tell you that, guys. And so you may want to really consider the amount of times that you're eating out. And then as you write this stuff down, try to see, okay, if I go to McDonald's for lunch, how does my pain level increase or decrease, right? And as you're journaling your food, you can also journal your pain levels. And then you'll be able to see, okay, you know what? Yeah, I know Arthur said, there were studies that MSG can increase inflammation, but I eat, Chick-fil-A every day and I noticed that my pain levels doesn't increase, because it may be different from you. But the studies that we found show that there is a correlation between the two. And so the best way to firm that out for you is always check with your doctor. And the best information that you can give your doctor to help you make those decisions, journal everything that you're eating, and then journal your pain levels throughout the day. And then you'll start seeing a pattern, okay? All right, let's get to number 2. All right, now, we're in that day and age where I think people have already made a movement against this particular type but for other reasons. But come to find out, by removing this from your diet, it can also potentially help you with inflammation, and that's gluten, right? We all heard of now of gluten-free foods for people who have allergies, but come to find out, there are some certain studies out there that say or suggest that gluten in products can increase inflammation. So again, chronicle everything that you're eating, and then chronicle how your joints feel, at that time that you're eating it, an hour later, 2 hours later, so that you'll know. Like, matter of fact, the best thing to do, if you're very meticulous, chronicle the food that you're eating, the time you eat it, and then once an hour, chronicle your pain. And then if you take pain medication, put the time that you took the pain medication. And I promise you, that whole thing will paint a picture, and it will really allow your doctor to help you. Does it make sense? Okay, all right. Let's get to number one. All right, listen. Number one is artificial sweeteners, right? Like, there have been repeated studies on this one, arguably more than any of the other ones, about the negative impacts that artificial sweeteners have on inflaming your joints, okay? So diet sodas, Cokes, sugar-free candies, all that stuff can have a serious impact on your joints, not to mention all the other things, right? All the other health potential hazards that these things can cause. I'm focusing specifically on you, the arthritis sufferer or chronic joint pain sufferer, right? You want to avoid artificial sweeteners. And I know, if you're a coffee drinker, you're probably using artificial sweeteners. If you're a tea drinker, you're probably using artificial sweeteners. I implore you to really take a look at that, because, especially in the cold months, right? So in the cold months, for those who aren't arthritis sufferers or chronic pain sufferers, our joints hurt more, right? And when you're cold, what do? You tend to drink warm beverages. And if in those warm beverages, you put in artificial sweeteners in there, you could potentially be making your pain even worse, okay? Or make the need for pain medicine even more significant, right? My hope for you is that you never need any pain medicine. And I know, co-founder of Grenada Nut Company, so, it's kind of what killed the business. But if we ended the business because no one had arthritis pain or chronic pain, to me, that's a success, right? Because nobody should have that, right? So take these 5 things, look at your diet, or not your diet, because I don't really like that word. Look at your eating, right? Journal your eating each hour, chronicle your pain on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And then journal when you take pain medicine. Do that for 30 days. It will start to tell you a story. Take that story to your doctor, and between you and your doctor, work out, hey, what works for you. Now, you can also go to a nutritionist, right? I don't know anyone that I can recommend for you. However, I do know that it would be extremely beneficial to you if you're suffering from chronic pain or arthritis to get you a nutritionist in your life to help you navigate these things, all right? Now, if you have any questions, hit me up, let me know, because I want to help you. These are the kind of things that you need to know so that you can live just a joint pain-free life. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want you on medication, right? I know ours is better than the market, in my unbiased opinion, but the truth of the matter is you shouldn't have to take anything, right? And then this, adjusting your food may allow you to do that, okay? So again, next steps, from this day for the next 30 days, journal every food that you put in your mouth, okay? Every hour, once an hour, take an assessment of your level of pain. Journal every time you take pain medicine, pain sprays, pain cream, 30 days. Then schedule an appointment with your doctor, find a nutritionist, present them with what you're eating, and then between the 3 of you guys, then y'all chronicle and say, hey, we need to adjust this or move this. I hope this helps. I'm always here if you need additional assistance. All right, you guys, see you next time.